Hello, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Smalltalk, the podcast. This is Indie Game Social Club's bi-weekly catch-up chat. I am today's stream master and very unconvincing artificial intelligence, Brian. With me today, I have the lovely, the beautiful, the even more fit and sunny Ilker. Say hello, Ilker.
Hello.
Very nice. We are a book club with no books that started last year as an excuse to finally play the Steam games we bought on sale years ago. Normally, we pick a game and discuss it. This month's game is
The Fall.
Yes.
Let me get up the information. It's an action-adventure, side-scrolling platform game by a Canadian indie developer, Over the Moon. I think it was published in 2014 for the first time. It's out on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Wii U, Linux, Steam, and Nintendo Switch as of 2018.
And apparently there is a sequel that is out as of like this year, I think. Like a month or two ago.
I saw something like that as well. Yeah, I was like confused. Like, are we supposed to play the first one or the second one? Well,
No, the first one. It was critically acclaimed for at least a very good story. And looking forward to discussing it. Have you started it yet, Ilker?
I have not, but I'm actually looking forward to play that this weekend. I think that's going to be my Friday game.
Nice.
So, yeah.
I think you and I are the only people aware that that's our monthly game at this point. I think we should probably ping people. Yeah.
I think I'm going to do I was actually thinking about doing a Facebook event or something like that. Just invite people.
I'll do it. I'll do it. Sorry. I'm usually the one that puts it up. But like, I think people are relatively distracted these days because both Sweden and at least California are pretty wide open again. As of Tuesday, restaurants and bars are at 100% capacity. And I think we're on like honor system. If you're vaccinated, you can not wear a mask indoors and stuff. But it's like certain places allow or are still requiring it, you know? I still bring a mask with me everywhere just because I don't want to look like an asshole, just in case. But yeah. You know, I mean, by the time we hit July or August, even anyone that wants to get vaccinated here, at least will have had the opportunity to. So I'm not too worried. You know, but
Sweden never really closed down. Like
right.
Until now, we've had restaurants close at 8 on the evening. I think they prolonged that now to 10 or 10:30. Or 11, something like that. I mean, bars are open almost at maximum capacity, I guess. But then, you know, like summer, it's finally summer in Sweden, in Stockholm. Like, I'm out with a t-shirt and shorts, and I guess everyone else is doing that as well because like these past days have been really, 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 really good.
Yeah, it is. So. It started getting hot this week for us too. In fact, yesterday was. Hang on. I'm converting 29 degrees yesterday over here.
We have about the same degree, I guess,
which
because
is
we've been
85
at 26
Fahrenheit. Yeah, it was. It's super warm. In fact, where my friends live, which is maybe about 30 minutes away, today it's gonna be fucking 42 degrees.
Ouch! That's a lot. And
but they have a swimming pool, so I'm not worried about them. And like really fancy air conditioning.
Yeah. Okay. I guess you gotta have that. Like in Sweden, like air conditioning is nothing. Like it's something that you don't have.
Yeah.
You usually just use fans.
It's not very common.
Are pretty shit.
It can get very cold, but it doesn't get very hot. It just gets warm.
I think it just like blows around like the dust in your apartment.
Yeah. Nice.
But like I talked about, I think it was 2 weeks ago, I talked about how lush and beautiful Stockholm is in the summer, and I always like forget about my allergies.
Oh, right. I mean, especially since indoors last year, you spent most of the time indoors, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I go out to the cafe and like maybe half an hour later, I'm just like got all like what do you call it?
Like a little snotty kid, snot.
Mucus. Yeah,
snot.
Exactly.
Oh, that's hilarious. But so I don't anticipate a lot of attendance at this next month's discussion, but it's good. You know, we're planning it for after midsummer.
Yeah.
On the brighter side of things, even brighter side of things, you've got your first vaccination appointment.
I do on
Yay.
Monday. It's
Nice.
gonna be
Do you know which
really
one you're
nice.
getting?
No, they reveal it when you're there, like 5 minutes before.
Okay. I'm excited. I'm interested to see
But
what you're getting. Yeah.
I think it's either gonna be Pfizer or Moderna. I think that those are the two that they're actually giving to people right now.
Oh, interesting.
If I recall it correctly.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I mean, if I get Moderna, we'll be Moderna twins. If we're
Yeah.
gonna be mind controlled by a government,
Yeah.
I mean, it's better to be with your friends.
Yeah,
So,
together forever.
I guess.
For sure.
Yeah.
Vax twins, baby. Cool. I mean, yeah, it's strange because we're very much in our own bubble, and people forget that we're very fortunate that the U.S. has a large supply for ourselves, but a lot of the very even developed world is still waiting for theirs. Like Sweden is very developed, very modern, but they're just barely getting to the general population now, right?
Also, I was talking to a Polish colleague the other day, and she said like the old people in Poland they didn't want to get vaxxed, so she like got ahead of like the queue and got her vax the other day.
Wow, that's insane. Yeah, I mean, whatever. At this point,
yeah,
people that are gonna get it are gonna get it, and people that won't. So
yeah,
what's the use? We ain't trying to change no minds here. Let's move on to some lighter discussion with our catch-up chat. So Ilker, why don't you tell us what games you've been playing lately?
I haven't played that much games lately, actually. I mean, since last time, I've been beating at it at work. But also a week ago, Euro 2020, the Euros 2020 started. The football championship.
Yes, soccer,
football championship,
feetball,
or soccer as you call it. Yeah,
yeah. Hey, look, I get it. I'm on football camp because that makes complete sense. You know.
I mean, we call regular football and American football for American football. I mean, that's what it should be. The same as wrestling. We say wrestling and American wrestling.
Oh, like the WWE kind of stuff, the stage stuff. Got it. Oh, I didn't know that. That's kind of neat. Cultural exchange. Yeah, I think we should have called football something else, like arm ball or tackle ball or something like that, because like it doesn't make sense. Yeah, that would be. You're not doing anything with your feet other than running. You know how many sports do you run with?
Yeah, but then you have like rugby, so like
or create a new word like rugby. You know,
that makes more sense. American rugby. I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Or rugby with armor.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of ridiculous.
But yeah, like I've been watching that. Sweden's playing pretty okay. I'm actually in it to watch Turkey, but Turkey has been playing really, really bad. They lost two games, and they've let in most goals.
How is Turkey generally speaking in terms of soccer?
They've never accomplished anything really. They came third in the World Cups. 2000 something when it was in Japan, Korea.
Right.
That was like I think they ended in third place, and they did really good in one of the European championships as well. I think it was like two championships ago. But other than that, they said a lot about this year's team. Is really young, and they've played some really, really good matches before the tournament. But then the tournament happened, and they lost 3-0 to Italy, and yesterday they lost 2-0 to Wales. Fucking Wales!
Yeah. 3-0 is a big lead in soccer, right? Because soccer is typically a low scoring.
Yeah,
game.
But I'll tell you what. I think Italy is going to win this championship. They're playing really good. Like this, like top edge football.
Yeah. Going back to rugby. I was down a rugby haka rabbit hole. You know the haka that the New Zealand All Blacks do before each match?
Oh, okay. No,
It's like this
I know that. Yeah.
cultural, like, I don't know what you call it, like
Uh-huh.
ritualistic dance that they
Mm.
do before every match that
Yeah,
stemmed from
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah,
battle, like back in the day, right? And that
yeah.
came from me watching a movie called Boy. Have you heard of the movie Boy by
I have
Taika
not.
Waititi? He's the Thor
Mm,
Ragnarok director, What We Do in the Shadows, and
okay.
Jojo Rabbit. He directed as well. One of my
Uh-huh.
favorite directors. He's kind of like a more, what do you call it, approachable Wes Anderson. Like he's got a very specific kind of style, but he's not
Mm,
pretentious about it like Wes Anderson is. I think Wes
yeah.
Anderson is super overrated. But Boy was, I think, his first movie, one of his first movies, and it was fantastic. And one of the central things behind the movie is like Michael Jackson and how the
Hmm.
kids like obsessed with Michael Jackson. He was like the biggest thing in the world.
Yeah.
However, and at the end during the credits, they're doing the Michael Jackson Thriller dance, but they're
Uh-huh.
mixing in the New Zealand haka with it, which I thought was like really cool, like cultural twist to it. It was brilliant,
Yeah.
beautiful. Definitely watch it if you get the chance. It was a really sweet movie, but it's also laugh out loud
Mhm.
hilarious. If you like his style, like you definitely like that movie.
But like,
It's good.
how did you get into it? Like, what happened when you got into it? Like, did you try to learn the dance, the war dance, or
No, no. I was familiar with it because there's a lot of Pacific Islanders that I grew up with,
yeah?
and so I
Okay.
knew about it in high school, so I knew what it was. But seeing it
Yeah.
again in that movie made me go, "Oh
Mm.
man, let's. I want to see like how other people are doing the haka." And I went into the New Zealand All Blacks rabbit hole and
Uh,
imagine people doing a haka dance, making these aggressive gestures at you. I'd shit myself.
yeah. I remember like they do like the tongue out as well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they try
yeah.
to look like demons or something like
Yeah,
that.
sometimes they do like throat cutting
Oh,
gestures and all
okay,
these
cool.
pretty wild things. Yeah, it's nuts. Um, anyways,
That's weird.
what games are
Oh yeah.
you excited to play? I'm playing the transition
I actually
song,
played two games. If you want to talk a
sure,
little
sure.
about
Like, don't let me
the
rush you through, but what games are they?
so last week I played a little bit of Bomberman, Super Bomberman R Online, I think it's called.
What platform is this?
It is a Switch, Nintendo Switch,
Is
and
it
it's made by
free?
Konami.
Free to play?
It is, yeah. Yeah, it's a Bomberman battle royale with 64
Hey,
players, I think.
look. America never really picked up on the Bomberman craze. I think Bomberman was a lot bigger everywhere else, but I
Yeah,
fucking love Bomberman. It is
me too.
the original battle royale, right? If you think about it,
I was
so like
I
they're
came
like,
here to say that.
yeah, four players, last one standing wins. Like
Yeah, I
it's the
know.
original battle royale, and they should have capitalized on this years ago,
Yeah,
or like
yeah,
when PUBG was popular and all these
yeah,
other
yeah,
clones
yeah.
came out. They should have came back, you
For
know?
sure, for
Yeah.
sure. I've been waiting for a Bomberman online game. I don't know if they didn't like if they've done it before. It doesn't feel like they marketed it that well.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like as you said, I think it's definitely one of the original modern battle royales.
Yeah, dude,
I
we have
remember
to
like on
play. Now that I know that this game exists, we have to play. I love that game.
sure.
Really
Let's do
cool.
that. I have no clue how the matchmaking works if we can like get into the same game,
Uh huh.
but I should give it a try. I mean, it's free. You can if you wanna give Konami some money, you can do that, but I wouldn't hold it against you if you didn't want it.
I have such
But
fond memories of this game. I remember I got Super
yeah,
Bomberman 3 imported, Japanese game,
mm,
and I bought the on eBay the 6-player multi-tap. So I was playing
yeah,
6-player Bomberman with my friends, and it was so we'd play for hours. Like it was like a mixed
yeah.
group, like guys, girls, older, younger. It was really
I
fun.
think last time I played Bomberman was in Tokyo, actually, at a bar that had like
What? In the arcade?
Super Mario. Yeah, no, this was just like a Super Mario themed bar up in a
Oh,
building.
that's cool.
Well, like, we were three people. It didn't like the bar was really small, so you couldn't like have more people than that.
Right.
So like playing Bomberman on one of the screens, the TV screens that they had in there, and drinking, and it's a really good party game. I think
It
it's
totally is. Like it doesn't require brain power and the matches are
no,
short so you don't hold grudges, you
yeah,
know? Like it
yeah,
respects your time.
it's super fun.
Ugh.
And this game is like 64 players. You play. free for all, 4 people. You start with 4 people in one map, and then if you survive for 1 minute, like doors open up on each side, and you can go to the next map where other players are playing
No way.
before they close. So you can actually like end up with 8 people in one map or in one room, and as the battles go on, rooms will close, making it like more narrow, basically like
Oh,
a
I
battle royale.
love that. They really changed
Until
the
you only have like
dynamic.
yeah,
That's
until you have
cool.
one room left where the finale is.
Oh, I
It's
love that.
really hectic, and like it yeah, as you said, like it makes it's so well suited for a battle royale, and like
Yeah.
when you have 8 bombermans or bombers in one room, it's mayhem.
Yeah, dude, it upsets me because this looks like the Tetris 99 formula, like the
Yeah,
screens where you
it
see the
does.
other rooms converge and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It makes me so sad that this didn't get more publicity because it's not as popular. But God,
I
that's
mean, like
awesome.
I guess Konami went and did it themselves instead of like waiting for Nintendo to ask them to do
Right,
a,
right.
a 99, because yeah, they're doing the Pac-Man 99 right now, and
Yeah.
I don't know what other games you want to do, but yeah.
I mean, even if they
Yeah.
pitch themselves as the original battle royale, like that could like click in people's heads, right? Because I think people are familiar with that character. People are
Yeah.
familiar with the franchise, but it's just like it never really took off here. I think it could be
Yeah,
really,
you
really
can
fun.
like you can unlock skins and
Yeah.
buy upgrades for like cosmetics for your bomber. You can make him look like Solid Snake,
Oh,
um,
fun. That's
and some
cool.
other like Konami characters. So it's I think it's a nice game. I want to play that some more actually. Like if you get it, let's try to see if we can
Oh
like
my God.
match make
Yeah. I'm going to
it or
get
something.
it. Yeah. I'm going to get it today for sure. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
But that's the game I played a little bit, and the other game that I've been playing that released on Friday was Guilty Gear Strive, the new fighting game for
Hey,
Axis.
that
I've been waiting
is
quite a while for
right.
this game, but yeah,
How many
it's
years in
finally
the
out.
making?
I think I first time I heard about it was it a year ago, 2 years ago? I'm not sure. But yeah, I've been waiting for some time for this.
Yeah.
And it was delayed. It was supposed to release in April, but yeah, it was delayed a couple of months.
It's
But
a
it's there.
beautiful game. It looks
It's
like
gorgeous.
an anime. The way it's
I
cel
I
shaded
would
is incredible.
I would argue that it's probably the best looking game right now.
Yeah,
It's gorgeous.
absolutely. Yeah.
It's
That's the
it
thing.
looks
You don't need ray tracing to look beautiful. Like you just play to your strengths. Like even I'm
yeah,
looking at the stream right now. The fire effects are incredible. Like it
yeah,
looks
it
so
is.
good. But okay, so give us a lowdown of what makes the Guilty Gear series different than say Street Fighter.
Oh god, I haven't like I'm not an expert on the Guilty Gear series.
Mhm.
I bought my first one on Xbox. Can't even remember which one that was. I didn't I bought it for Xbox, the original Xbox, and I had a 360, and I thought it was compatible, which it wasn't. So I was like sitting
Oh,
there with the disc, and like, I want to play this game. It looks fucking rad, but I can't.
oh, lame.
um, but I got in a little bit to Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, which is the last game they did.
Yeah.
But I think
Was
I
that still
watched
pixel
more.
graphics?
No,
I
it was
remember
also yeah.
I saw that first one of the first couple Guilty Gear games, and the pixel graphics were incredible too. It
Yeah.
was like high frame rate animation style. It was really nice.
They've always looked gorgeous. I think. I think Xrd was their first 3D Guilty Gear, and before that was pixel art. But I don't. I mean, if you compare it to Street Fighter, which is the game that I've been playing a lot, this is more a what do you call that? You have a 4 button layout instead of 6 buttons.
Interesting.
So you have I think it's light attack, hard attack, special attack, and some other super special attack. I'm not like again.
Oh,
I'm not the
interesting. So
expert
it's
on it.
not separated by punch and kick.
No, exactly. So you have like a light attack, hard attack,
Interesting.
basically.
Okay.
Then you have like I think there's a dash button as well. I think this game I think it's probably better to play this on a controller. I'm playing on my fight stick, but
Interesting.
I think maybe it was made for controller first in mind, I guess.
I love the
Um,
idea that it is almost a same button layout as a what do you call those? Like a brawler game, like a Like a
Oh yeah,
side-scrolling beat 'em up game, you know, like beat 'em up games
sure,
have
yeah,
like heavy and light attacks, you know, not unlike
yeah,
God of War or something like that. That's cool.
yeah. I guess like the big difference in this game compared to the Xrd is that the matches are super fast. Yeah, like I don't know, like I don't know if they're gonna change this or if I guess this is like the game design of it. Like you have a really small HP bar. Like you take a few hits or a few combos and then the match is over.
Oh,
Um,
interesting.
which is I think it's quite fun. I haven't gone online yet. I just played against the computer and I'm doing the training mission as well, training missions and
Is that a
just trying to
Guilty
learn
Gear
the game.
thing? That's like their thing where it's like short matches, short life bars, or
I
just this
wouldn't
one?
say that. Like no, I think this one is like you're doing a lot of damage.
Okay.
Your hits are doing a lot of damage, but yeah, the training system that I've been playing right now is really, really good. It's made for beginners. It teaches
Ooh,
you like it's separated into four different brackets. So you have the basics where it teaches you the basics of fighting games, which
cool.
like these are the things you should think about. And
That's
each
awesome.
time like they teach you something, they have like a tooltip and like try doing this and it's good for this. And after you completed the mission, it will give you some new hints saying like some situations will require you to do this and like think about
Yeah.
this. And um
I
that
love
is the
that
first bracket. Then you
it's
have
for everyone,
yeah,
like of all
it does
levels,
a
right?
really, really good job with that. And the second bracket is like, oh, it teaches you basics of this game in particular. And then it like goes into like um, teaching you like strategy, how you should think about like what you be thinking about like when you're actually up
Wow,
against an opponent. And
impressive.
then you have like advanced missions, and then for experts, like if you want to learn combos and stuff like that, which is like I think it's a really, really well made training mode.
Yeah, yeah. I feel
So
like a lot of modern fighting games, like I'm only speaking to, I think I played like Street Fighter 4 and
yeah,
Smash Brothers and what was the other one? Dragon Ball Fighters.
uh-huh,
They assume that you are a fighting game enthusiast, so they
yeah,
don't really
exactly,
backpedal and they don't really tell you the basics.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
they won't teach you basically pairing or what the Shin characters or whatever Ryu is, like the type archetypes of characters and why you should
Yeah,
change your playstyle accordingly, you know?
yeah.
You don't know.
It's
Uh
Shoto, I think
there you
it's
go.
called.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, Street Fighter does a really bad job at that, I think. And I think the like Arxis have been really good at making good tutorials. The last game they made was Grand Blue Fantasy Versus.
Hmm.
That had also really, really good training mode and like tutorial mode where it also like taught you the basics of fighting games, and it actually used like fighting game terms as well to describe stuff like
Oh,
this. Like
cool.
if you watch competitive play, that like
Oh,
you're
that's
gonna hear
awesome.
these terms.
Yeah. That's great
So
because it feeds back into itself, right? Like you
yeah,
get vested in this game, it's really fun. Then you go, the natural progression is you watch YouTube videos, you watch streamers, and if you hear them
exactly,
talking about the same terminology, you're not lost, right? It's not like
exactly.
uh uh it's it feels more inclusive that way, right?
Yep, yep.
That's very
So
cool.
yeah, great game. I'm looking forward to getting better at that game and trying the online. I've heard the online is really good as well. The matchmaking, they've got the netcode in a really good state, I guess. From what I heard, like the netcode is really good, and the matchmaking is like you get matched against people with your similar skill to you. So it's not like in Street Fighter where you go online, you're gonna meet people that might be better than you. You're just gonna meet people that have the same, well, basically your skill as yourself. Um, and if you want to, you can open that up and go up against people that have a much higher, I don't know, skill level than you.
Yeah, yeah.
If you
Oh,
want
so
to,
you can elect to go up,
yeah.
not just get match made randomly. That's
That's
cool.
yeah. That's what I heard. Yeah.
I mean, that it
Right.
only kind of works if you have a huge player base, right? That couldn't work for a
Mhm.
brand new franchise, but the fact that Guilty Gear has been established, I think, helps that, right?
They broke some kind of record. I want to recall. Maybe I'm lying. But they sold really well on Friday on Steam at least. It's
Awesome.
not crossplay any at least. Oh, sorry. At the moment, but
Yeah.
I think they're working on crossplaying with PlayStation 4.
Nice. Very cool. Yeah, this game is gorgeous. I'm just watching it. I love the big text that pops up behind the players.
Yeah, I know.
And when you have a dynamic move, the camera moves. It's just, it feels alive, you know?
Also, like when you get in, like when you make a counter, I think like the frame slows down and you get like a counter. And
it's gorgeous. It's really
you
nice.
should try. Like I want to tell you to try it. Like try to get into fighting games, but it's also a $60 game, so
yeah, I might wait for a sale, to be honest. Like if there's a
yeah.
game, I think you sold me on this one in particular because it's so beginner friendly with that tutorial. That's pretty cool.
It's very accessible. Like if you want to get into fighting games in 2021, I would definitely recommend the Guilty Gear Strive. I think that's like it's a new game. It's gonna have a huge player base now in the beginning, and again,
a glowing endorsement from Indie Games Social Club's fighting games expert, Ilker.
I'm not.
There you go. Fighting game. We need to make that as a business card for you, like Ilker, fighting games expert. Quote,
liking something doesn't make you an expert.
Yeah, dilettante is the word for it. I learned. Dilettante is you like something a lot but don't know anything about it.
I guess that's me.
Cool.
But that's the games I've been playing, Ryan.
Okay.
What about you? What have you been up to since
let's talk about me.
Yeah. Talk about you.
I have been playing. Let's see my list here. I've been playing. Oh, I bought on sale recently Avengers, Marvel Avengers. That's the looter shooter.
Yeah.
That's not unlike Destiny.
Yeah.
I heard the loot system was very meh. I've been playing the single player campaign, which I heard is like, if anything, play the single player. So I'm like $30 for a single player campaign that's supposed to be stellar. Why not? I'm about 2 hours in. It is one of the best looking games. It is gorgeous. Like the loading screen has slow motion of the Hulk hulking out, and I'm like, it's as good as the movies. It looks really good.
Yeah.
There's a scene that I'm playing right now, which is you get chased through a crashed helicarrier by the Hulk, and it's just so cool. You're like sprinting, the Hulk's just destroying the environment around you, and it's just great. It's a really good looking game.
Cool.
The destructible environments look awesome. The particle effects are insane. Sound design. Like you can tell they put a lot of love into this game, but you can also see that maybe whoever tried to, the bigger higher ups that tried to monetize this game hampered it a little bit because unlike Destiny where if you get a new piece of armor, you can see that new piece of armor on you. But in this game, if you get a new piece of armor, it is like a holographic piece of armor, so you look the same, and the only way to change your image is to like buy a skin or unlock a free skin. And I think that's kind of slimy and like.
I mean, I guess you will look like a World of Warcraft character if you just let people have like a purple gloves, blue boots, and then you have a red shirt and I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I think there's a way to do it. Obviously, not like Destiny, where there's like literally thousands of pieces of armor and stuff like that. But you know, like, give us a little difference in the way you look. Maybe it's something to do with the copyrighted characters, and like they don't want them to look a certain way, right?
Marvel's being,
yeah,
but definitely.
Other than that, I think the story is fantastic. You play as Kamala, which is the new Ms. Marvel. She is, I think, South Asian descent. And her character is complex and has her own motivations that are not just like, I'm a weak girl trying to get strong. But no, she's like trying to do right in this world, which is a very like white male role. But they gave it to a South Asian female, which is wonderful.
From what I heard, like she's also supposed to be like a huge Marvel fan or a Avenger fan, I guess.
Yeah, she's a fangirl for sure. Yeah, and so she knows everything about them. And so when she meets Bruce Banner for the first time, she like name checks him. You know, she knows exactly who it is. It's cool. Like if you can find it on sale, like at least play through the single player campaign, and it is so, like they're saying it's on par with the movies. And right now, I'm having a great time with it. It's like a theatrical experience, to be honest. I'd rather watch someone play it, to be honest, than
I think there's a new expansion coming as well. I was right before this watching the Square Enix presentation from E3.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think there's like War in Wakanda.
That looks great. It looks really cool. And I'm wondering if because they're continuing on making expansions for this game, like season wise, and I'm hoping that this game only gets better and invites more people to play. But if it is Wakanda, the Black Panther has his own Hulkbuster costume, and I hope that they bring that in to fight the Hulk. That would be awesome.
That's cool.
Using like Wakandan technology, which is like supposed to be better than Stark technology, which is awesome.
Yeah. Is this the same studio that does the Guardians of the Galaxy game in the making?
Was that in the same E3 press conference? I don't know.
Yeah, it was, and it's releasing in October, which is like, oh wow.
Right, they kept that game secret for some reason. I wonder if it's because like they thought it was going to be bad, or they just wanted to surprise people. But I think, I mean, under the same larger corporate umbrella, but I think it's a completely different studio. This one's like a little smaller in Sweden, I think Swedish based.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, but the Guardians game actually looks fun. Did you see footage of that?
Yeah, like they were like I was watching the giant bomb when they talk over the presentation, and like some of them were shitting on Guardians of the Galaxy. I don't know. I kind of like both the movies. I think the first one is better than the second one, but
I think Jeff Gerstmann, Jeff, the new like main guy, he gets off on shitting on things. He's a very your typical like gatekeepy kind of nerd, but in an endearing way, you know.
I mean,
like impress me. I am not impressed, like that kind of guy.
It's a good imitation. Yeah.
But you know what was really fun about that E3 demo was the ult. Their ultimate is you put on music and a music soundtrack plays, and you like the team up. It's just like the intro to the second movie, right? Like everyone teams up and does their part, and like it looks so fun and very captures the spirit of the movie at the very least. It looked really cool.
Yeah, it actually really does, and I'm excited for that game. But yeah, maybe I should try Avengers meanwhile.
Yeah. I think the summer sale should be coming up in the next couple weeks, so we'll see, man. The other thing I've been playing on an analog note is called it's a game called Super Skill Pinball 4K. And hang on, let me
I need to
Skill
look at the stream because I have no idea what to imagine what this game looks like.
It is a roll and write game, so not unlike Yahtzee, where you roll dice and you write things, but it is supposed to simulate pinball as you play it. And it is a solitaire, mostly, you can play with other people, but it's a mostly designed for solitaire game. I'm a huge pinball enthusiast. I used to just buy rolls of quarters and just go to the arcade and play to relax on a Friday, you know.
Did we talk about pinball last episode?
Yeah, we talked a little bit about pinball.
Yeah, when I remember it. Yeah.
And then, but this game it captures the spirit of pinball wonderfully. It's really, really cool. Like it's obviously not as fast, but like you start the ball at the top of the table and it rolls down, you roll the dice, and then you have to choose where the target is. So it simulates like the precision and somewhat randomness of actual pinball, where like you can precisely control where it goes, but there's an element of randomness to it. And I'm like, it is so theme appropriate. Like there's certain games where it's like loosely themed. But
like different boards as well?
Yeah, there's different tables you can play. The first one is a carnival one, which is pretty simple. Then they up the complexity with like a futuristic one, a monster one, and it's really fun. And it's gonna be like my Sunday morning lazy start coffee game because it's easy to pick up. It doesn't require too much brain power, but there's some strategy to it. It's really neat. I highly recommend it if you can find it in Sweden and you like pinball, and which you do. It perfectly captures it. If anything, we can play it on Discord, and I can send you a PDF, and you can play it with me because we use the same dice. You know,
sure.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, but I mean, it shouldn't be that too hard to find it online. I guess like import might be like if it's just sold in America.
I don't know. The Shut Up and Sit Down recommended it, and they are out of the UK. So I don't know if it is in the UK, that means it's available for you, possibly. I don't know what the imports are like.
Maybe, yeah.
But I know I will get hours worth of fun out of just that one table, and there's 4 tables in there. So I think it's a good value for what I paid, at the very least. I think I paid like $30 or something like that. Very, very cool.
Would you play? Played a Solitaire as well.
Would you play?
A week ago, yeah. I got that Arkham Noir
Nice.
game.
I saw a playthrough of that. That looked very interesting. What'd you think?
I liked it.
Yeah.
It felt like playing domino. You're basically matching, I don't know, like
Symbols. Yeah.
symbols with each other, and I mean it's Lovecraftian themed, so you're gonna have what do you call it? Sanity checks.
Yeah.
So you have to check your sanity, and I mean it was fun. It was a nice evening. It was raining.
Ooh,
I
those
put
are
on
perfect
some.
for
I
solo.
put on some late night jazz. I poured a
Ooh.
rum and just sat down and played
See,
and tried to solve the mystery. It was
you're doing it
really
right. When I have a solitaire night, like there's a game that I play often, solitaire, and it's Legendary Encounters. It's a system called Legendary Encounters, and it's based off the Alien movie. So this is Legendary Encounters Alien. I always put on the Alien soundtrack. It's great atmosphere. Dim the lights. It's cool. It adds to the experience, immersion. You know,
it
it's its
does
own
definitely.
thing.
It does. It was really cozy, and it was a good time. It was a good
Very
evening.
cool. Love that. Nice, man.
Yeah.
Did you get to play any of the other solitaire games you bought?
No, I haven't. They're back there. Just play that. I think I'm gonna because I'm going upstate. I'm going to my hometown up north
Yeah.
next week. So I'm gonna bring that, and I think I'll bring Tiny Epic Galaxies as well.
Nice.
Because I can play that by myself, but I think I can play that with my dad as well if I teach him.
Let's play it sometime. I have it on Tabletop Simulator, the nice version, not the Steam mod
Sure,
one.
let's do that.
Like sooner rather than later, because it's one of my most played board games, and the teach is kind of tricky, and I think I've got it down to a system. If you want some assistance on it.
Oh yeah, let's do that. Let's do that.
Cool. And then finally, what I've been playing is our monthly game, which is The Fall. I have some initial thoughts about it, but I won't give my opinion, if that makes sense.
Sure.
The Fall is definitely not what I expected.
Okay.
And this is neither good nor bad, but like I expected something a lot more like Limbo or Little Nightmares, but it plays a lot more like a point and click adventure in that the controls are similar to like a Limbo, but like there is a menu system where you use the menu system to interact with the environment, to pick things up, and then you use that menu system to take what you picked up and apply it somewhere else and stuff like that. So that was interesting. There is a cover mechanic, which is cool. It's like Gears of War, but also you have an active camo system. And it's a little Metroidvania, but not really, in that like you unlock your AI suit is broken. And so you're a computer AI that is trying to keep your pilot alive. And but because you're the computer, you don't have access to any systems on the suit unless you can either override it by hacking or there's no choice but for the suit to give you permission to do these functions, right? So it's really cool a way, and not that like, oh, you discovered a new ability, but it's like these abilities are there the whole time, but because you're AI, you're not allowed to use these functions that could potentially kill other humans, you know?
Right. Right. And the game has combat, I guess, from what I've seen.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's gunplay in this game. I wouldn't say it's the highlight of the game. I would say the highlight is definitely the story for me at this point. The story is really engaging. There's a lot of background world building. It is not shy about religious imagery. You'll know. I'm not going to spoil it for you, but you'll know it when you see it. It is not shy about the murder of people and the problem of artificial intelligence. I think it's really interesting thought experiment so far.
I'm excited. What platform are you playing this on?
PC. Do you have a controller by chance?
I have a few controllers. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I
was gonna get this on Switch. That was my plan.
Yeah, I think I play both controller and keyboard and mouse. I think it's a little more clunky with the shooting on controller, but I prefer it. Mouse is more precise, but I think I like the idea of like when I want to be immersed in a story, I like controller. But when I want to like win and get good, I'll use keyboard mouse. And for this, it's a controller game for me. So feel free to use your Switch for sure.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think since the game is going to be focused on story, I think I just want to like lay down on the couch playing it, and also like since I'm going up north next week, I can bring it on my Switch as well. So
yeah. Word of advice: if you're using controller, turn toggle aim off. It'll make your life a lot easier. I was stuck for like 10 minutes going, why is this button not working? And then once I turned the toggle off, it worked way better.
Yeah. Okay, that's a good tip. Yeah.
I thought the game was broken. I was almost going to just uninstall out of rage, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching the Nintendo Direct the other day and saw the Metroid 5, Metroid Dread.
Baby.
And I was like, oh, I really want to play this game. And then I'm like, okay, well, hopefully the fall is something similar to this, so we can like just state my hunger for now.
It is not even close.
No, it's not.
It did make me want to go through the other Metroid games, like the Metroid Zero on Game Boy Advance was like a remake, a modernization of the very first Metroid, and Metroid Return of Samus, 3DS remake of the very second one, and they're based on the same game engine as
that was a few years ago.
Metroid
right?
Dread, yeah, exactly. So I think I want to play those two games and then Fusion, and then get into Dread because I was never really into the Metroid Prime games. It just felt a little clunky to me, less tight.
I was a teenager back then. I tried playing it. It wasn't what I expected. I fell out of it.
Yeah,
and then. I don't know how long it took, but I got back to the game and I started playing it, and I actually really got into the game and like really liked it once I got into it, and I beat it. And
on Wii or GameCube.
That was
the first one was GameCube, I believe. Yeah,
it was GameCube. I didn't play the Wii one. If there's a Wii one,
there is with the motion controls. It was like same stuff. Fine.
Yeah.
Cool. Right on. Well,
the fall.
That is the fall for me, and I'm excited for you to dive in. I think we still have 2.5 solid weeks, right, before our discussion.
We do, yeah, we do.
So yeah, I'll make a post on Facebook, and hopefully more people can start. But I'm not, I'm more forgiving this month just because everyone's life's coming back to normal. But I'm hoping people can join us and keep this thing going.
Yeah.
But yeah, what about games you're excited to play? Let's talk about that.
I'm excited to play more Guilty Gear Strive, of course, but also the fall, as we talked about. I want to for me, I want to find a good RPG on my Switch, a good JRPG to play, and I don't know what that should be. Like something to play this summer.
Oh man, there are some handsome looking games coming out. Handsome new JRPG games coming out.
When's the new the Zelda remaster of Skyward Sword coming out? Isn't that
July? I think end of July or something like that.
That might be a vacation game for me.
Yeah. Have you heard of Sacrifier?
I have not.
It is one of the many games coming out soon that has the Octopath Traveler kind of voxel pixel 3D graphics with dynamic lighting.
Yeah.
But it has like dynamic fighting, like Vagrant Story. I'm not sure if you remember that PS1 game.
Yeah.
But it looks very cool, very gorgeous. Sacrifier. Let me see if I can send you those.
Sacrifice. Yeah, I'll look it up. But next week also, I'm actually really excited about that. Mario Golf is coming to Switch.
That looks fun. Is it
that
soon?
I think it's next Friday, and I'll be at my parents'. I think that is a game I can probably get my dad to play with me. So I think I think that's gonna be fun. I'm really looking forward. It looks gorgeous as well. So far, everything I'm seeing about that game looks great.
I can't wait. Like the Mario sports games have been really awesome. Every Mario sports game that has come out has been great for people that don't like sports.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
there's a
and
Nintendo DS 3-on-3 basketball game, and it was so fun. It just didn't get that
yeah.
popular, but it was very, very fun, very satisfying.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Did they ever make a Mario basketball game?
Just on the DS. That's it.
Okay, yeah.
It was called Mario 3-on-3 Hoops or something like that.
Okay,
But it
yeah.
played like NBA Jam back in the day. It was very cool. And also everyone had ults too. But
Yeah.
Mario Golf, the new one, looks awesome because of the speed golf. That looks so
Yeah,
fun.
it looks so fun.
Yeah.
We need to like get Simon and
Yes.
someone more to play that with it. So
It's like Mario Kart meets golf. It looks very, very
Yep.
fun. You're like racing
it's
to the
super,
line.
super fun.
Super
Yeah.
awesome. Can't wait
But yeah,
for
those
that.
are the games I think I'm excited about. Like again, I wanna. I've been doing so much else lately. Painting up my Warhammer collection as well. I've been just reading and want to find. I want to find a game to be excited about to play.
Yeah.
That I can play on my Switch because I want to be outside and play. I want to be not in my apartment.
That's true. I mean, it's scorching today. I feel like I should get out at least
Yeah.
for a little bit, get some sun instead of
Yeah.
being inside and miserable and hot, you know? I'd rather be outside and miserable and hot, you know?
Exactly. Yeah.
But yeah.
What about you? Do you have any games that you're excited?
I mean, I think I would talk about E3, like Metroid Dread looks awesome. What else?
Yeah.
Oh my God, the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer that dropped. Did you see that?
I know.
They got like
Yeah, and
sexy Link with his long, unkempt hair now. It's not tied back. He
I
looks
love
so
it.
cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They met.
But it's
That's
like
a thing.
A year.
Yeah,
It's still like a
2022.
year,
But
yeah.
Breath of the Wild was delayed as well, so I would not be surprised if it's 2023,
Yeah.
so they can get it right, you know. But it is such a gorgeous looking game. I love that they've been able to evolve the world so that we know Link even without the green hat anymore. It's awesome. It looks so cool. I cannot wait for that.
And it has like this cool arm as well. It seems to have some like augmented arm.
That's
Mega Man style.
sweet. Yeah. Like I think we're gonna see a lot of the familiar moves, but like upgraded perhaps, you know, since it's a sequel. But also, like, what are we gonna do with that arm? They showed the portal thing where he goes up from underneath the platform.
Yeah,
that looks really cool. Yeah. That's gonna make for some cool traversal, you know. Probably hook shot's gonna come back somehow. You know, they showed him like flying through the air in the first couple moments. So like, you can't have flying in the air in clouds and cities in the clouds without like hook shot mechanics and glider.
I guess,
stuff like that,
I think that would be a good comeback for the hook shot.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's gonna be really awesome.
Yeah. What other games did you like? Look at and
I think Devolver Digital had a really killer E3 presentation. And I think I posted a little while back. It is a game called Trek to Yomi. And it is black and white. It looks like a samurai adventure, kind of like encounter based. So it looks almost like Dark Souls-esque, but it has the aesthetic of like a black and white era Japanese film. And it is gorgeous. It looks so good. I'm a sucker for aesthetics and tight gameplay. This looks tough but fun. If they can master the feelings of a rewarding Dark Souls experience without being cheap, but be rewarding, I think it would be a game right up my alley. It looks really cool.
Did you ever play that summer game that came out? Was it last year? Yeah. The one that Anna played. That has Kurosawa mode.
Was it Sekiro?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. There you go. But yeah, I think. Did you see the Devolver E3 presentation? Because they had some killer games.
I did not. No,
really,
I haven't
really
gotten
cool
there.
Games.
I've seen Microsoft. I've started watching Square. I watched Nintendo and Sony. Those are the four that I've watched so far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure there's going to be a highlight of the best of, but there's some gems. I think my favorite by far was Devolver. They had just the most original ideas, I think, in terms of games. I think Nintendo surprised me for sure. Like, I was like, how do you top a new Metroid? And then they dropped the Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, which is very awesome. What was your highlight for?
All in all, I think the Nintendo one was the weakest one so far. I mean,
they ended strong and started strong, but everything in the middle.
Definitely, yeah. I mean, I love the first trailer with the Tekken. Is it Jin or when he
Never
throws?
followed, but yeah, that's very iconic. It was cool. I
I think.
will say I'm very excited for WarioWare. I loved every
Oh yeah,
single one of those
I think
games.
that's for me the highlight of that. Like other than Metroid, definitely WarioWare. That's a game that I must have on my
So
Switch. That's,
fun. Yeah. Like
yeah.
I think I've played almost every iteration except for maybe the first one.
Uh-huh.
But they are all great. It makes me sad that they kind of skipped a few generations, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, but I think they had to make one for the Switch.
Yeah. They're
Later.
always really charming. At first, I thought they were going to have just a Wario Land game, which I wouldn't be mad at. But like WarioWare is has a lot more mass appeal.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's great. Good stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that does it for me. What about you?
That also out in like September, October. I felt like there was a lot of games releasing in October this year.
I think you might be right. Nintendo likes to do that thing where they're like, "Hey, there's this new game we're working on. By the way, next month." Like they did that with Paper Mario
Yeah.
last year, right?
Yeah. Oh right. Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah. Like I think it's gonna be a good fall.
Nintendo's my Disney. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Grew
Yeah.
up with them. They raised me. They're my
Those
papa.
Nintendo
Yeah.
values.
Yeah. One last thing. Shout out to our most recent follower, bot or not. Shins886 has followed since the last time we streamed.
Thank you.
But thank you. But that's all I have to say for now. I'm all out of words in my mouth. How about you, Ilker? What do you got to say?
I don't have anything. I don't have just gibberish.
Well, to hell with it then. To hell with the stream. All right. Until next time, I think we got our chat in about 2.5 weeks. Say bye-bye, Ilker.
Bye-bye, Ilker.
Bye.